We live. We live. We live. We live. All right. All right. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us on another beautiful Saturday. Let me make sure I fix this. You gonna hear me? Nope. Okay, cool. I have it on headset earphone. Okay. Yeah. I appreciate everybody coming. You know, we love y'all every week. Y'all come join us, our aces, right? Y'all come here every week, and everybody who listens after the show, we appreciate every single one of y'all. We have some things moving and shaking, so you will see some adjustments to the show in the next couple of weeks. Everything is for y'all to make the show better for y'all. So if there's anything that you feel like you want us to do or see, make sure you hit us up. We always pay attention to all the comments y'all leave. And yeah, let's get it started. So today y'all gonna see some lovely Diablo gameplay as we are going through the podcast. And yeah, let's do intros. I think right below me we have the lovely CHAREECE in her beautiful purple top. Let's get it.
What's up, everybody? Excuse me, I can't even talk. CHAREECE here, and first of all, we're gonna play what I played at the beginning of the week, which was Jedi Survivor.
Are you liking it? I know it's one of the topics, but
I am loving it.
yeah.
There are some issues. I don't know if I'm getting older and I'm not quick on the draw like I used to be.
Okay.
You know, I don't know, but it's top tier. It's top tier.
Yeah.
I'm still early-ish. I can't say that anymore. I don't think, because I thought I was a survivor. I got my butt kicked a lot. I'm trying to be non-spoilers here.
I saw a poll where it said a bunch of people are playing in the easy, like real easy.
Oh, I dropped it.
They said like 50% are at night, which is what I'm playing. But you know,
I dropped that thing down to not story, but like the one right above that. So I guess is that easy or is that normal? I don't even.
Yeah, that's story. Story is the easiest if you're playing on story.
Oh, well, I'm right above that then.
Okay.
Is it just me? Is this game harder than the original? I don't know.
You think? Yeah. I mean, I feel like they definitely leaned more into the Soulsy type, which I didn't mind. But yeah, I'm not even gonna.
Yeah, we're getting that. Yeah. And then on top of that, I got into Diablo. We've been playing. As you can see, this is gameplay. I think this is Boogie's gameplay.
Yeah.
Yes. I hit actual when we was playing just a couple of minutes before we went on the show. Me and Boogie was playing, and I hit level 24. I
think I got up to 15 just in our little bit of playing.
Yeah.
I mean, we literally did one dungeon and leveled up twice.
Yeah. And see, that's what I didn't understand. See, okay, playing multiplayer with Boogie. I'm level 22, started off with. She's level 13. My enemies are still 22. Hers are 13, but yet we're still causing, like, damage. I didn't understand how that worked out. No, baby, we were struggling there for a minute.
Yeah, we were getting but it was, I mean, we were getting work, and if you weren't paying attention, you definitely were gonna die.
Yeah.
But it was nice that they have that already worked into the system. I mean, like Diablo 4 is probably the best of all the Diablos, honestly. Like, in the work that they put in, like I haven't had, I think one time last night I turned it on and they were like, oh, you know, waiting to bring you in, but it was just like boom, boom. It wasn't like you were waiting for like a long time. For those of y'all that played the first beta, I mean, that Friday night, it was like you couldn't even get in, right? And then I think it was a couple of weeks back, they did like trying to like crash the servers. So they wanted a ton of people to be in that one. And I guess they made the adjustments they needed to. I know you said it as cross-play, cross-progression. So I think they just really ironed out all that stuff, which is nice. Tuesday. Yep.
Is it Tuesday? Whatever the 6th is, which 6/6. I bet they wish they could get that other 6 in there.
I know, right?
But which is actually an achievement. If you kill 666 something, an achievement.
I'll get there.
Yeah, I already got it.
Did you? Okay. Well, that's easy.
But other than that, that's basically all I played this week.
I have a question though. Are you doing there's in the beta there was like tier 1 and tier 2, like easy and hard mode. What?
Oh my god, we are just tier 2, and
okay,
that's probably considered easy.
No, the easy is tier 1. Right.
Yeah, but when you get up to nightmare and all that, that's when it actually starts getting hard.
Yeah. So it's not too bad. And that's probably why we're leveling up at a good pace right now, because we are on tier 2. And also, just to put it out, if you didn't know, GWG is doing a giveaway for Diablo. You can find it on our Twitter page. Make sure you go enter, and we'll be doing the drawing at the end of the show. So,
yes.
Yep, maybe about 40 minutes. Yep.
But other than that, that's all I played this week. So,
all right. And I think below you is Miss Lady Infamous. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm not gonna talk about the obvious, because I always talk about the obvious every week, so we're not gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about Vampire Survivors. I'm trying to unlock the achievements, and they have 2 DLCs already, so my strategy is go through each run through each character, try to hit up every coffin, because I'm noticing when you play with a new character, there's another like random, character you can pick up, or a random power you can pick up. So I got like maybe two characters deep, and it's simple, but it's great. I'm trying to explore my evolutions, so I don't be, because if you do the same evolutions with different characters, that just starts to get boring. So I'm trying to experiment with different evolutions and see what I can come up with.
Oh wait! So that means you're not using garlic anymore?
Oh hell no! You always look, the two that we're always gonna get, if we can be able to get them, is Santa water and garlic. Those 2 are always and forever will be.
No. Well, no, I can't even tell that lie. I've tried to run without garlic, can't do it.
You can do runs without garlic, but it's not easy. I had my last run when I was doing the DLC. If it wasn't for the tiramisus, I would have died, and I had 1 minute left because I didn't have any garlic. So I'm constantly moving and shaking. So I literally had to run from them that last minute on the last run. So I'm enjoying that. Also, I play some RimWorld. Everybody know that though.
Did I live? Did I live?
Right.
Okay, so check it. This will happen, right?
That already sound like a no. It sounds like a no.
CHAREECE, you destroyed 15 of my components. 50. No, she's still there. We finally, because now it's me, Jizzle, CHAREECE, DELILAH, and then we're gonna probably get LBOOGIE down the road, like in 2 days.
So am I like not there yet?
No, you're not there yet.
The fuck?
Because the only way you can be able to get other people, if one, you capture them and you put them as your prisoner, and then you convince them to come to your clan, or if you go to a trader and actually pay for someone. It's
I
real.
don't think that's a good. Both of those options don't sound that hot.
Yo, I'm just saying. And then the third option is like if a mission pops up and say, like, the reason why I got CHAREECE and DELILAH is because a mission popped up and said, hey, if you save this person and give them shelter, or help out the people that's chasing them, they'll come to your clan automatically. So that's how it happened. I didn't forbid any items, so a couple of characters OD'd, and then they were going through withdrawals. I had a rat and a flamingo, and they left me because I didn't have no pen. There was a couple of fires and a couple of raids and a couple of reloads, and I got kidnapped. Oh, I got kidnapped. So,
ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah. What kind of world are you building here?
I'm building a world so we can. The purpose is to get out of there, but we still gotta live. We still gotta grow food. We still gotta make clothes. We still gotta make weapons.
And apparently, we're making drugs.
Well, you can make drugs there too.
Oh,
you can make drugs.
But then who are you selling them to?
See, that's the thing. No,
It be your
no,
own
no, 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 no,
people.
no. No, 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 no. I forbid my, I don't want no drugs in the bag. Because I forgot to forbid an item that I killed off a raider and they got to it. And next thing you know, Wolf and Lady going through withdrawals. I'm like, oh my God. And I looked at
So you got Wolf in this game before you got me in the game?
She got Jizzle too.
Go ahead. I'm telling you.
Damn, don't make
it be your own people.
Damn. But all in all, I have to commend how they simplified the game because there's so many avenues to go with it on PC that it was, for me, I couldn't even think that they can condense it that way. So I'm just enjoying it, and I don't know if I can be. This is one of the games I can play hours for, like 2 or 3 hours, no problem.
I feel like that with Diablo. Like I had to tell myself to get up last night. Like
really,
I looked up and it was like midnight. I'm like,
yeah, I went to bed about 11:30.
Go to bed.
I already know.
Have you played? You played, Tim? I think I saw you playing. Okay, yeah. Is this just not?
Yeah. No, I'm done. I only had them 2 games.
Well,
Yeah, I heard about that one. Yeah, how's that? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and you have to remind yourself to do it because
Delilah, you're muted. It's saying that you're muted.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh no! Damn, you gotta start all over. Cannot hear Delilah. Yep.
Don said I can't read lips that well. Me neither.
We was getting deep in the discussion too. Damn.
I mean, like, let's see. Can y'all still hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can y'all hear me? They should be able to hear me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But y'all can hear everybody else, right?
Well, they had to because they
was able to respond. I'm pretty sure they were able to hear you. They probably can hear me. I see the gauge moving now, so they should be able to hear me. Let me turn my mic down. Looks like it's a little loud. Test. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me. But anyway, y'all should be able to. Yes, there we go. Michi said yes. Okay, awesome.
Cool.
So,
awesome.
Okay, I gotta start over. So I played Planet of Lena. You all asked how is it? It was great, beautiful game, puzzle game, side scroller. Has it's really kind of cutesy, but it has these dark undertones. Very addicting gameplay, kind of. It starts off slow, but it speeds up. Even the character movement is super slow, but over time you get more abilities and you be able to do other stuff. So it's cool. But back to Diablo, because I think that's where I was kind of talking last. So I'm level 9 in Diablo, and what I don't like about Diablo is the same thing I didn't like about 3. It's the fact that when they start you out, they only give you that one button, and you have to level up your character in order to unlock other, abilities and button presses to assign, those actions to buttons, and that annoys me. The fact that I can't.
So I will say that as soon as you get to level 2, you can open up the next slot.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, trust me. So yeah, okay. I know. I like, but it always bothered me, even when it came down to 2 buttons. Okay, it's okay. I always felt like I was playing this waiting game in order for the combat to just not feel like I'm just watching it. That's why I get from when I play Diablo. I feel like I'm just watching it. It doesn't feel interactive enough. I don't know if it's because of the isometric view or what. It just feels, I don't know. I'm not that connected to the character because it's a creative character now. It's not like I'm, hugely invested. So it's something about it that just doesn't sit. Yeah, doesn't stick with me. And everybody's talking about how much they love it, and the graphic is gorgeous game. You know what I mean? I love the cutscenes. I can watch that all day. I love that opening. The opening was incredible. Even the second one, like they got another one, and that one was even cool too. So I like that they put the time and effort into making sure they do that to keep you kind of engaged. But I guess a lot of the things that I'm starting really not to like about it is also this MMO type esque feel that it's starting to have. Like you can see people in your game, and it just feel like MMO.
Yeah,
it doesn't feel
part. Like all the parts
I wasn't ready for that.
It didn't,
because you didn't pay the beta, Charisse.
And see, when I've played like some of the previous Diablos, it's like that wasn't part of it. You know what I mean? So it felt a little bit like where this person's coming from. But now that I've like my mind is starting to accept the fact that it's multiplayer and let me get these other people in the game. I'm like, I'll play with y'all. You know what I mean? Just to see what it's like. But I just
not if you stay at level 9.
Well, no, I mean I played it and I stopped. But I'll play with y'all. And hopefully when my abilities get better and stuff, I'll begin to like my character more. Let's hate being a peon and struggling, and you gotta get good basically, and it just takes time.
Yeah. Did you play any of the betas?
No.
Yeah, I feel like I was more ready, right? Yeah. Because I had already played the beta, so it's like you already stumbled through, stuff. Because this is my first Diablo.
Oh, okay.
I never really played the other ones. And I enjoy it, and I like the MMO aspect, but I'm also used to it because I already knew what was coming with the beta, and like I already knew like level up a little bit and then you get your second button. So like those things weren't like inhibitors for me because I had already done, the beta. So I don't know. Hopefully it gets a little better for you, especially when you start playing with folks. Once you get to the main city, we can hop in and run some dungeons and stuff with you.
Yeah, so I think I'm at the main city. I forgot what it begins with a K.
Yep. Okay.
And then I found this little hub city a little bit to the left of it. And so I've been kind of jumping between those two, doing side quests and stuff. I done kind of got like hip to, okay, let me grab these side quests. Okay, let me do, I stopped on the main quest. and just been kind of like going through the side quests because I've found that I get more experience and I'm able to kind of start focusing on my abilities and stuff. And I done redid my tree at least 6 times trying to figure out what's the best.
Same.
Really? Like, what's the best combination that I wanted. But now I got the abilities that I want for now. And I'm pretty sure that's going to change again.
Right, because more stuff opens up.
Yes, because as a rogue, you have close combat and a distant ability. You have close, and you have a distant ability. No real in between, and so you kind of trying to make up ground through like your dash movements and stuff like that. But I like playing rogue. I think it's a lot of fun, and then the variety. I love having the dual wielding swords and stuff. So it's fun. It's fun. It's just that I don't know as far as me and longevity with it. Right. That's the only thing I worry about. It's like, okay, I'm gonna put some time in this game, but can I make it to level 30? I don't know, mentally.
You gotta make it to level 100, I thought.
Ooh.
I don't know about that. 100 is the end. But
and then my husband was like, for this game, because he loves Diablo clearly, right? Because he,
right.
He's like, for him, it's the end game. Like, for him, it's not even about all this stuff we playing right now. He said he once you get past this part of it, and the world expands, and the enemies get stronger, and you get stronger, and then I'm just like,
the map is huge. I don't know if you've taken.
Oh yeah, I looked at it and I got scared. Looked at it and I got overwhelmed. I'm like, oh, we just right here, like, and it's just like it's huge.
Yeah, we just in this little bitty bit.
That's it. Yeah. So when Charisse mentioned a dungeon, I'm like thinking in the back of my head, since I'm still early in the game, I'm like, what's that? Like, is that different than going through some of these caves that I went in? Like,
because I noticed too that the caves that you go into in the very beginning, before you get to the main city, like I was like, why don't they have a check mark? But then when I opened up the big city, I noticed that you can go back to those same dungeons and they still have the chest. So Charisse is the one that told me today, that the dungeons with the gate, right? Because there's a dungeon with the gate, and then there's like little caves that look like a little box, right?
Yeah.
And then so the ones with the box will have a check mark when you have them done, and then the ones with the gate, the little symbol for a chest in the right corner, it will be gone once you actually complete it.
So you can know you got the chest out of there.
Right.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But cool.
Yeah.
All right. Is that everything you've been playing?
Yeah, just those two, Planet of Lana and Diablo 4.
Awesome.
I do have a question though before you continue.
Yep,
yes.
yep.
I know you wasn't here last week, but I would love to hear about your thoughts on the PlayStation showcase.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
And you wasn't here. You wasn't here. So yeah, so I would love.
Well, make sure you hit that like button before I give my opinion.
Okay, y'all get the clips ready. Y'all get them clips ready.
Oh, it must be doo-doo. Yo, I don't know what that was, but I like went back to look because I was like, this was a showcase, right? Yeah. Showcase, not like PlayStation monthly thing.
Like the state of play? Yeah.
Yeah. But no, this is their showcase, and I'm hopeful that they have another showcase planned toward the end of the year, because it was like, and it's not that they showed bad games, it was just, I think there was maybe 2 games there that were going to be like PlayStation specific, and I say that to say, I say that because PlayStation has been very heavy on the you play on PlayStation because we have these games, right? It's their narrative that they have pushed, right? Exclusivity has been the narrative that they have pushed, but now it looks like they are diverging from that and moving toward a everyone plays everywhere and everything, like Xbox has done. And I don't know, I feel like we are always witness to the gaming landscape changing in real time, and some people can see the writing on the wall for what it is, and some people cannot. I did, however, take much joy in seeing that all those spaces weren't happening. No one got on his faces to cry that PlayStation has no games or anything else for 3 fucking hours. They did have
some spaces though on Twitter. I thought I saw a couple.
Man, I see not a damn space.
It was not at the level that we see for any time, anything like when Redfall came out.
What you call it, fanboy sessions?
Hell yeah. These are my fan sessions. But we didn't see any of that. We didn't see none of that. Like, where's the outrage? Like, why do y'all have all the outrage for Xbox and 0 outrage for PlayStation? Like, my thing was, if you are a Sony only person, because for me, I saw games that I can play on PlayStation and I saw games that I can play on Xbox at that showcase. And if you're upset with what was shown, why aren't you showing that you're upset? Why aren't you making those videos saying that they need to do better, making those spaces saying that they need to do better? I didn't get it. Y'all closed mouth.
I think you had like some people saying some things, but I mean, it wasn't a whole lot like we've seen in the past,
Right.
Very next day, they had publications talking about, Sony held back.
Yeah.
Like, really?
Why? Why would they even need to hold back?
What's the incentive to do that?
Yeah. I mean, Spider-Man is Spider-Man. I feel like, it was funny because it did have critiques where people were like, Spider-Man looked like the old Spider-Man. But I feel like y'all didn't have that same critique for God of War, which God of War looked like the last God of War. I don't understand why y'all got a problem with Spider-Man and not with God of War. But I don't know, all the little boys grow up with Spider-Man, so I guess they have, more of a I don't know what word I want to say, but more of a nostalgia feeling with that, and they need it to be, something specific. But I don't know. We get Miles. It's still, and it's probably only just Black people who feel that way, but it still feels like a half step, because it's like, okay, so now we playing with Spider-Man and Miles.
You sharing the spotlight, basically.
Right? So you still gotta share the spotlight. His game, I don't care what nobody say. I don't care. Come at me if you want to. Was DLC. It was not a full game.
It was.
Right. It was not a full game. So I don't know. It definitely gives using Miles for what do you want to say? Notoriety. You know?
It's an interesting take. It's like adding him just to add him to the game, not so much to give him his own game.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Mostly, and then I love Xbox. Xbox marketing for this was on point. Y'all get an L for fucking Redfall, but on this, they was definitely like, all this shit they just showed will be on Xbox immediately. As soon as the showcase ended, they're like, don't worry, we got you. So
what was your, just kind of playing on how we had the show last week, what was your good, bad, and ugly?
Shoot, let me see. I think I had notes here when we were taking it. Let me pull up my stickies.
All right.
So the Foam Star Party got to be the ugly, because that shit better be free to play.
Foam Star, I forgot about that game.
Foam Star Party, that shit is Splatoon. It is a copy of Splatoon. Yeah. Better be free to play. Ain't nobody paying for that shit. Square Enix in the trash. The bad was probably the Snake Eater remake, because I don't know. I feel like they be getting y'all on these damn remakes. Like, y'all just be like, please, sir, can I have some more?
Well, we know you don't like the we know you don't like going back. So I mean, I guess
they just taking y'all money. Jesus.
No more remakes.
Right.
No more remasters.
Towers look good. Alan Wake 2 looked real good. AC Mirage looked really good. And we get another look at that coming up soon too, because Ubisoft did announce that they will be having a showcase as well. Ubi Forward. I don't think we heard anything from EA. Is EA doing their showcase?
I haven't heard anything.
I haven't seen anything.
Yeah, they probably don't have nothing to show. So yeah, that's what I had. And that Cat Quest, like, what the fuck is that?
That was cute.
So yeah,
that's CHAREECE all over.
I play it. If it's on Game Pass,
if it's free.
Well, yeah. Well, not free, but
it gotta be free.
I don't know. It depends on the price point. I'm just say
it better not be more than $30.
Right. It looks like it's a mobile game. That should be. Yeah, it shouldn't be a full $60, $70 game.
So yeah, so that was my rundown of everything from the PlayStation Showcase. So
what was the good? You went through.
Oh, the good would have been Spider-Man. Okay. But I did say that Alan Wake looked good.
Yeah.
AC Mirage looked really good. AC Mirage, I was like, I'm in love again. I can't wait.
I hope it's a tighter story.
Yeah. I mean, I know, like,
judgment. I am cautiously optimistic about it.
Right. Because, yeah, Ubisoft is definitely one of them studios where it got to be out to the public before we even can pass judgment, because they will sell you a shit sandwich and tell you that shit is chocolate pudding.
I think my issue is that I'm one of the rare people that I like the newer gameplay versus the old school gameplay, the combat. So I'm hoping that they don't go too far back to the old combat. The whole way it's like a dance and you fighting like.
Right.
Like, to me, it was great for like a few hours and it got old quick to me, but whatever. I like that it's doing more stealth though. I do like that, because I felt like the Vikings game, which that's what to me it was
just open, open combat. Yeah. So I am glad we're doing some more stealth stuff. And I know Delilah don't really like the jumping off bridges and shit, but I can't wait to do that shit.
Repetitive. It's so repetitive.
I want to get up to the top and be like,
I'm like, oh, it's time to jump again. Time to jump again.
Hell yeah. And you see the whole world go by. Yes, I love that. So keep that. So Shut Up Gabe says, I just enjoy the Spider-Man games because most superhero games have low key kind of suck. I'm ready for the Wolverine reveal. That was like my pie in the sky, right?
Yeah,
if
everybody
we saw Wolverine.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, like I feel like we should have known Wolverine would not be there, just because when they showed it last year, it was just
teaser.
Great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it was just you walking in, which it wasn't in-game footage. That was just a CG trailer that they made, and it was just real quick, and then showed you the Wolverine title.
Right.
That kind of should let everybody know who plays games. This shit is like 3 years away.
All right.
Next year we might see some gameplay of Vertical Slice if they have time, but you know, depending on priorities, maybe not. What were you about to say?
Oh, me? I just wanted to give a shout out to Base B for the $2 super chat. He got fist pumps and stuff in there. Mm-hmm. And Gingy's mom, shout outs to you, girl, for the $10 super chat with I think that's a fox and a heart. We really appreciate that. Thank you very much.
All right. Oh, we got Bunty in here. It's actually been 2 years since Wolverine reveal. That was 2 years ago. I could have sworn that was last year. E3.
That wasn't last year?
I thought it was.
Because they haven't done a show. The thing is, Sony hasn't had a showcase since now. I guess that's why a lot of expectation was extremely high. Because it's been a while since they actually did like a showcase. They did a lot of state of play. And I think they even showed Wolverine. Was Wolverine in a state of play or was it a showcase?
September 2021.
Yeah, 2021. Shit.
Oh, dang. Wow.
And we still ain't seen nothing?
Still 2 years of development.
That's not a lot of time.
And
but like, we can at least give me an article to read on it.
Yeah, that's why I was saying I hope that there's going to be another one. I still think that 2 years of development, especially, like I said, the trailer they showed was very, we just know we're doing this game.
Yeah.
Did not really have a direction, did not show any type of story or anything like that. It was a two-minute clip, right?
Yeah, it wasn't that long, yeah.
Yeah, so I think you really need to see more, and like I've said, depending on the direction, which we've seen with other games, depending on the priorities, this may not be a priority, mainly because they know you about to buy it.
Yeah.
So they don't have to show you too much. But yeah, all right, let's move on. So we finally got some more details this week, thanks to Mr. Jason Schreier, on what happened with Redfall. Did you all get a chance to read the article, read through the tweets, read through the highlights? Yes.
A little bit.
Okay. Well, if you haven't, I mean, I'm just gonna say, go ahead and click on it now.
Yeah.
So you can take a look. My main takeaways that I think were on here were that the constant. It sounds like it had a lot of scope creep, which for those of you who don't know what scope creep is, it happens in development when people, or I guess the business, is changing the direction a lot, right? So then you have scopes that are constantly changing. So even though they were trying to do one thing, people come in and they change the direction. And then it seems like maybe for people at the top, what they were, sounds like Xbox was hands off totally. And a lot of people at the studio honestly hoped that when they were picked up by Xbox, that this game was let go, from what I'm hearing here. Wow. Did you guys see that?
I saw that.
So development for Redfall began in 2018. And it seems like where they initially thought it was going to be like a lot of magic and stuff like that, but then it became that they wanted a game that was going to be like lucrative, like Overwatch, Fortnite. So then that's when they started trying to make the game more of like a games as a service, which changed the the whole, scope of how the game was going to be. And then it became more of a multiplayer game. It was originally supposed to be a single player game. And then they, management wanted them to make it more like Far Cry, Borderlands. So it seems like a lot of changes were happening. So how do you guys feel? Do you feel less jaded now that you're reading this? Do you feel like the game should have just never come out? Like, how do you feel?
I'm just gonna speak generally as far as like how I think where the game should go from here. I don't know. I'm not gonna speculate about like what happened and why. But where I hope the game would go from here is that they will continue to update it, patch it. I think the game has a lot of great ideas. It just needs some more execution. I think there's room for it to improve. Whether that'll happen, we don't know. I mean, we've seen this happen in the industry before with games like Cyberpunk and No Man's Sky, and even you could even say Sea of Thieves, where the game released to it would released with issues or not up to standards, and then over time it just progressed and improved. But I think it's going to require that they make some hard decisions on that game, and really either what I would prefer, just being a fan, would be to them to just convert the game to a single player game, and maybe have some multiplayer elements, kind of like your Gears, but make it a very linear focused title as opposed to this whole open world thing that everyone's trying to do. That's what I would hope to see from them. Like, focus the game down,
Right.
Get away from this open world. Just make it almost keep it multiplayer, because you don't necessarily have to remove multiplayer, but make it a focused multiplayer game.
Right.
So that's what I would like to see. And I think that's why Gears has been able to kind of have the multiplayer elements and still be successful. We've seen this before with games like Halo, back in the day before it went open world. Like, you can do it, you can pull it off. You just have to kind of put in the effort. And I think, for me, when I play the game, the shortcomings come in with as far as like being able to tell the story. I didn't like that I was looking at watercolors, screenshots and stuff like that in order to tell the story. Like, spend the budget, figure out how to make that better. I feel like there's a lot. It has, for me, the abilities and stuff are super cool. The characters have, great abilities and things like that. If you focus the game, if you really put a lot of effort into polishing that multiplayer experience, I think they can pick the graphics up a notch. They'll have room to be able to make it, that AAA quality that we all expect. I'm just gonna leave it there.
Right. Like, maybe if they don't let it be a world where y'all are untethered and all this other stuff.
That's right.
But
Yeah, like sometimes I get so that we talked about this a few weeks ago, like the state of the industry and how everyone's trying to do these open worlds or trying to do these games as a service games, when really all gamers want is a great experience. They're gonna spend the money. They just want a great experience, point blank, period. So stop chasing trends. Just make a great game.
Right.
Period.
Right.
Just make a great game. Stop chasing trends. Think about the game that Lady's playing right now. She's playing some of the most low fidelity graphic games in RimWorld, and what was the other one? Vampire Survivors.
Yeah.
Like,
you creeping into the next topic, so I'm gonna stop you right there.
Okay.
But,
I'll let y'all go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
Go ahead, lady.
Before I start, shout outs to Gingy's Mom for the $2 super chat. Love hearing y'all this Saturday. Love y'all. We love you too, girl. We love you too. It is tough. I think the biggest downfall for Redfall, it was like too many hands in the game, and they really didn't share like an identity that was, consistent. I'm thinking it's a vampire game. Then I'm thinking it got hella magic. And don't get me wrong, the gameplay was cool. Right. It was decent, but it wasn't as magic heavy as I thought it would be.
Right.
I wanted to, know the story And I feel, in my personal opinion, that the story of Redfall got muddled in to whatever else that they was trying to do, and it wasn't. And that to me felt like Back for Blood territory, and I do not want that. You know what I mean? Right. Every game always have like a second chance to make it better, and the difference between Cyberpunk and Redfall is Cyberpunk is a single player experience, and Redfall is a multiplayer experience, and that has more elements that can, if you don't get them right the first time around, ain't nobody gonna look at your game.
Like I said, it have to require like a completely rebrand, remarket, just redo it, like a refresh basically.
They should have just put it in the oven. Or they should have delayed it. They should have delayed it.
But you think about leading up to that game though, and they had delayed it before, and I think they probably were just afraid to delay it again because of the amount of backlash they got before from delaying it. And I think at the end of the day, the game is what matters. It doesn't matter people's opinions. There's plenty of games out here. Focus on just the delivery, the execution. I
think that's where we were saying the scope creep comes to bite you in the ass, because it's like if you don't have a primary focus, right, in any kind of development, right, if you don't have a solid scope of what we're trying to deliver, you're just trying to do too many things. Yeah. What about you, CHAREECE?
I'm still thinking, because I like what Delilah and Lady said, but on the other hand, I feel like people at, what is this? This is Arcane Studios, right?
Oh yeah.
They also had a lot of turnover too.
Yes, they had a lot of turnover, and apparently they're trying to follow one person. I don't know. It was like a lot going on. As Boogie said, we're trying to keep the scope in smaller instead of bigger dreams, but not really any direction to actually follow those dreams. And still waiting for Xbox to come in and kill the whole project. I feel like it was more on Arcane themselves to come in and like put a brakes on their own project to like, hey, we might need to like rethink this and come back and put it further on the back burner. Come back when we got clearer heads and work on something else. I don't know. It's just like I'm kind of with Lady. I thought there was gonna be more magic. Like I think the dude that I was playing with in our playthrough session, he is more gadget oriented. I think the only person who has like really magic is the girl, right? The black girl.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Don't really say how she got it. Again, maybe it did. I just didn't pay attention because again, it's like Delilah said, it's told through like the little screenshots. Or newspaper articles. On one hand, I think one story was told through newspaper articles, or you have to actually like read the stuff that the people are leaving behind, the messages in the books. And me, I'm always for a good story. Like you can tell the story of Redfall is there. It's just hidden behind other layers that makes it like cumbersome to deal with, and people don't want to. They ain't got time for that. The attention span is not as long as people think it is, and if you're not gonna catch people in them first 30 seconds, they gone.
I mean, you make a strong point now that you bring it up. I think that first 30 minutes that could have been so much better.
Yeah,
like I would even almost had the first 30 minutes is more like a survival horror kind of feel.
And see, that's what I thought we were getting was more of this like. And even though I'm not really big on survival horror type things, but I thought it was something that we could play with our friends.
Yeah.
And it was gonna more cohesive. We were killing vampires and we was gonna throw some magic. That was y'all know me. But it's not really what I'm getting. It's more of a more action-y weapon gunplay.
But then the gunplay wasn't, where it should have been, So it was like y'all.
And I ain't trying to be that. When it comes to gunplay, I just want everybody to copy Halo and Bungie. Just go ahead, straight off the rip.
Just be blatant. Don't even care.
Just blatantly, like in your credits, put thank you Bungie and Halo for making this right here.
Yeah, for real.
I ain't gotta relearn nothing.
They are the bread and butter for sure of gunplay.
I ain't gotta relearn nothing. I already know what to do. I'm good to go. I ain't gotta spend 5 minutes trying to figure out what your controls are.
And I think you have a hard way
ahead.
to go with AAA games at this point that make you search for the story. Like the story needs to be easily accessible. I think if it's a AAA game, it has to be easily accessible story.
Then that's the question: is Redfall a AAA game?
It's supposed to be.
I never considered it one. I always thought it was AA.
I always felt like it because I look at them as being now that you're first party,
right?
Like you're first party, you got the funding. That should be AAA.
Yep.
Like that's how I look at it. But then again, maybe what Phil said. Because I remember when Phil did the XCast interview and how he talked about like the hands on, like it was a very hands off approach,
right?
And so maybe we're just getting that in between them going from. Yeah. And I hate this sound like an excuse. But it's kind of like we're in that in between of them going from, okay, this is our last, but that's the second party, third party title, and then first party is going to be slight.
Like I tell you what, like Arcane fucked it up for everybody. Don't nobody get hands off no more. I guarantee you. Nobody getting hands off anymore.
But see, that's what everybody wants, though. Everybody wants Xbox to leave the games alone. Let these developers do what they
let them do their thing, right? Yeah. But then it's like we left y'all to your own devices, and you didn't say I need help, which is one of the biggest things for me. I'm a Scrum Master. I even had
always say you need help. Yeah,
always. I even had my team play a game, a battleship game, to visualize the difference between waiting to communicate and instant feedback. When you have instant feedback, we can adjust instantly. If you wait until the end of the sprint and of 3 months to be like, oh, I wasn't able to get this done, this ain't working out, you done wasted all that time when we could have pivoted or made adjustments to get whatever we needed to get done, get whatever more resources, whatever we needed to do. We could have done that. So, like I said, Arcane, you done went into the store and fucked it up for everybody. Now everybody got to hold hands and, Mama got to sit there and watch
the collar thingy on them.
Yeah. Mama Xbox got to watch us now. Can't nobody touch nothing.
I think I don't. Of course, honestly, y'all know I don't know nothing. But I think this is definitely a wake up call in general. Yeah. Like the level of polish and execution has to be there. Yeah. It has to.
And speaking of this, and we're going to get to the super chats in a second, but speaking on to that level, our next topic is, how we've seen Star Wars come out and be criticized, right? For all the little things that they did not execute on. Another game that didn't execute on everything. And Zelda, who is much less graphically extensive, and it's being praised, right?
It's because it's Zelda. It's
it's Zelda, but it's given what it was supposed to give. You know what I mean? Like Zelda didn't say we're gonna allow you to do this, and then you get in the game and the shit's stuttering or it's not able to be played. Everybody has been able to turn on Zelda and play. And I think that's the biggest thing. And that's what I wanted to talk about, because there was an opinion piece in Game Informer talking about this very thing. And the headline is, do players now value performance over graphical realism? And what I want to say to that, from my opinion, is I think that they have always valued performance over graphical realism, but the gaming media has pushed 60 frames per second, has pushed graphical realism as the new standard, and then when games can't hit it, they're overly critical. So for Star Wars, the cutscenes are butter. Performance mode is dog shit though. And I think that people don't realize that performance mode, while allows you to hit certain markers, does not have the quality elements. And I think they're finally starting to see that, right? More people are starting to see that when you have on performance mode, you're going to have more jagged edges. Things aren't going to be smooth, because that comes with quality, not with performance. And I'm going to let you guys, talk more about this, but I think that with Star Wars, they were focusing on things like ray tracing and being able to have awesome cutscenes to be able to promote the game. But if the game doesn't play how it's supposed to play, like with Zelda, where the game is literally giving you what they said it was going to give you, you're going to have backlash. You're going to have issues. So I'm going to get 2 super chats and then y'all can talk about what I want to talk. So shout out to Mr. Kima, $5. Spider-Man 2 is a spoof. is proof that Sony aren't investing money in their game engines to make it look next gen. I think that's like a whole nother issue. I think the fact that we have been tied, right, to PS4 for so long that even though this is going to be one of the new games that doesn't have PS4 tied to it, or no, it is, right? It still has PS4 tied to it, or is it totally separate?
No, I thought it was
totally
just PS5 only.
I think it was PS5 only.
Totally separate. It's still on the same engine as the last game. So I don't know. And I don't think people understand how much money it takes to build a new engine, right? And then shout out to Cedric for the $20 super chat. He didn't say nothing, so
thank you.
Thank you.
Just thank you. But yeah, so how do y'all feel about this whole shift? I mean, I don't really feel, like I said, I don't feel like it's really a shift. I think just people are realizing that quality is better. I mean, it's in the name, quality.
Yeah. Well, go ahead, CHAREECE, if you want to go.
Mm-hmm.
I think in a way this is something that I have always stressed. Again, I have always been more keen to story than actual graphics per se. Because again, I'm blind. Like I am like 2 steps from being legally blind. I literally cannot tell the difference. Between.
But she on the road every day, y'all.
Hey. But I can't tell the difference between like some things. But so if I see something that's really jarring and really bad, trust me, it is bad. So because that means that, and so my stuff is always set on like quality because that way I can have it clear and sharp. Like because some if it's like jagged edges, the little rips, I call them rips in the scene in the pictures. It takes me like out. Screen tearing. Yeah, see
the little rips.
Hey, and it takes me out and it hurts my eyes. So I'm trying to protect them as much as possible. So I try to have everything equally balanced on some of my play screens. And I think to a certain extent there is only how much you can go graphically. Not everybody, like again, we have computers, but not everybody can afford to have the 3040s, the 3060s, 30 whatever. The majority of Steam players are still playing on the 1080s. If y'all look at those reports, they release like every 6-8 months or whatever. The media wants us to believe that everybody is playing out here on 4K TVs, flat screen, the monitors, the wide screens, the curve, and all this stuff. They are not. That is not the norm.
Let me pose a question to you. Do you feel like all these, like, you know, and I'm saying like IGN, GameStop, all these people, should they begin to play and test these games on lower rigs just to give the opinion of that level? Because I feel like you said, they're all playing on the highest rigs, the highest everything, and then it's like when people don't get that, it's like, well, why didn't you tell me?
Cyberpunk, it was all played on PC, with the highest, with all the ultra graphics and everything turned on. But when you got it home, when you played on your regular little console, that was not what you was getting.
Especially if you didn't play on a Series X, because at the time they were rare. Like it was hard to get Series X.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
My game was stable. I don't know where it is.
Right? I was like, shit.
So mine wasn't stable. I can tell you, it wasn't. It wasn't.
I've heard some stories. So they should, like, if you and plus when you're doing a review, you should actually say what you're playing it on. That's one of the reasons why.
I would like that too. Like if they put in the article, this was played on
such and such. Like, tell me your settings, tell me your specs. This is why when we tell y'all when we play games, what we're playing it on. Because hey, your experience might not be the same experience that what somebody else is getting. And I don't know. I think we need to stop worrying about performance and quality. Like, give me a quality. Like, it ain't got to be the perfect. Like again, Spider-Man is not. It ain't nowhere near high def. Like you're still getting the same thing you got last gen, but does it play good? Is it gonna crash on me? Am I going to see screenshots of people doing the little T pose? Like tell me that. Give me that information. It doesn't have to be the prettiest thing in the world. Like, is it gonna melt my eyes? I don't care, because they already melted like 20 years ago. I just want to know, is it gonna break my system? Tell me that part.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'll say some things. Zelda only got praised because it's Zelda and it's Link and it's Zelda and it's Link. Let's just keep it a buck. If it wasn't Zelda,
the only reason it got praised.
Yeah, the only. Because if it wasn't, like, say it was a regular ass game by a regular company that we did not know of, it wasn't attached to Nintendo, y'all would criticize that more. But since Zelda, y'all let a lot of shit slide. Like Delilah said, it'll be a media darling, I would say. I personally, it's good. If the game's supposed to be crispy, then I need it to be crispy. But there's times that a game may not look the best, but you'll have great stories, amazing gameplay, and people like to just overshadow of how good it looks. And that distance what gaming's supposed to be. Yes, it's supposed to look clean. Yes, it's supposed to look gorgeous and stuff like that. But not everybody has, their own, like us. We got different shit. We got different things, different avenues to play games, and not everybody has it. So I think it's just important that you are the ultimate factor of how your gaming experience should be. And you shouldn't determine on what somebody else says based on what they play on. And 9 out of 10 times, what they played it on is not the same thing that you played on. You get what I mean?
Yeah. I know for me, I've said all the time on this channel, that gameplay is king, and I think Nintendo knows that. They focus, I would say for them specifically, it's like 70% they focus on gameplay, 30% we worry about the graphics and stuff later. Like we want to get that gameplay, we want to get you in, have you basically have a nice loop that grasps you quickly and keep you playing the game. To me, that should be the point of every game. A lot of developers, they want to say you just on the graphics and the gameplay is trash. I mean, we've seen that so many times in recent history. They got all that high fidelity graphics, burn through your graphics card kind of thing, and the game ain't even that long. It's like 4 hours, 5 hours, because that's where the focus was. That's where the money was spent, was on the graphics. Whereas if you look at Nintendo and every title that they've brought out, especially with that first party, in-house stuff, outside of what, Bayonetta, like, it's always been just, the graphic fidelity hasn't been like really realistic at all. It's been like, you got your Kirby, your even Smash Brothers.
7-year-old system that was never on par when it came out.
Right. Now that was never see, I look at it like that was the graphics. It's never been the Nintendo selling point ever. That's why they're able to pour dollars into focus on gameplay. And so when I think about, people trying to compare the two, people don't give Zelda a hard time. It's because that wasn't, for Zelda, you think about that title, that wasn't that game's focus. The game, they only want to focus with the new one was improving the gameplay, adding new gameplay elements, telling, a strong story. And that's just what they've always done. So people are they always forgive them because they know that with Nintendo, at least the gameplay gonna be on point. You even got to second guess whether the gameplay is gonna be good, because they know that's where they're spending their money. I don't know what else to say beyond that, because I do understand, why people would say, well, they criticize, what was the one you just said? Fallen Order, was it? Survivor. When people criticize Survivor for is the unstable frame rate and the graphic glitches, and the same thing with the pop-in on Redfall. It's like people criticize that, but they don't want to criticize Zelda. And it's like, first of all, the game performance is for systems. A Switch can't play some of these games that we could play on Series X or PlayStation 5. It's just two different graphical base units, right? So it won't be able to play it anyway. Like that's how I look at it. Like it's to me, I look at Switch as a mobile device. You know, I just have always could put it in that pool, and so it's like I just don't see it. To me, the comparison just isn't apples to apples. You can't compare apples to apples. I've always struggled with that. People should, but they don't, and they won't because they're two different hardware platforms. So.
Yeah, for me, I think that the sorry for me, I thought that the opinion piece wasn't really doing apples to apples and stuff like that, because they did talk about that, how they are two totally different things. But what you hit on, I think, is the perfect synopsis, that gameplay is king, and the fact that you turn, like I said, the fact that you turn on Zelda and it gives what it was supposed to give. When you turn on Star Wars, it doesn't give what they said it was supposed to give. That's the biggest problem. If you're going to tell me that the game is going to do flash in this and you're going to be able to do all this other shit,
showing
it
me
needs
60
to do
frames
that.
for like every time you show the game.
Exactly.
And I get it, and it's 30. It's like them raising some eyebrows.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think that's the biggest thing, is give what you say you're going to give when you put out the game.
Yeah, because even when I think about Redfall, like I didn't think I'd have watercolor cutscenes.
Right.
Like I didn't think
I
have a slideshow.
60, but then it came out 30. You know.
Like it's like, man. I mean, for any game, there's always room for improvement. I watched clips of Zelda, and I'm like, oh, they could have fixed that landscape in the back.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like you point out things with every game. That's every game, though. You know what I mean? So it's.
All right. Well, on to the nitty gritty. Next week, it is going to be heavy hitters.
Going down.
We have the Xbox Showcase on June 11th, Ubisoft Forward on June 12th, and I skipped it, but I shouldn't have, the Summer's Game Showcase on June 8th. So we know we're going to get announcements from everything. I still also wonder, because we know how Jeff Keighley keeps himself tied to Sony, if they're gonna have maybe a little extra dribble that comes out of there. But I basically want to get your predictions from everybody. What do you think that we are gonna see next week, and what do you hope to see next week? And we just go down the line. Miss Charisse, you wanna go? Or you
Fable.
Need me to come back to you.
Swear to God.
Oh my God! All the
somebody.
Fable teases. People were like, Fable. Oh my God.
Yo, I didn't get that. I did not get Fable. I had to go look at that like 3 times, and I'm still like,
You didn't get that glitter keyboard Xbox one with the glitter? That's Fable.
All thing I saw was somebody trying to vacuum that up off the carpet and fighting and failing. That's all I saw. If I don't see Fable, we fighting. It's on site. Like, I don't care. At this point in time, it's been almost 2 years now. I need something. Give me something. I need to see more Starfield. I just want to see it. Give me more gameplay. That's all I want. More gameplay. Let me see what else.
Starfield got their own showcase after the.
Oh yeah, see, we gonna get that then. Okay, we're good then. I'm good.
I
don't care about nothing else then. I don't care about nothing else. I'm good.
You didn't even care about the actual showcase then, because
I don't care. Fable and gameplay. That's all. If I don't see Fable.
All right. What about from Ubisoft or from the Summer Game Showcase? Oh, you don't care about those?
I told you, me and Ubisoft, we have words. We are not on good terms right now. It's this Mirage. It's not hitting. I'm gonna have to turn in my Assassin's Creed card, fangirl card.
Yeah, I think they already said we're gonna see more in depth for Mirage at this showcase. So
look here. So and y'all know I don't like that dude. So maybe all the stuff they were supposed to show at the Sony show, they're gonna show at the Summer Game Fest. Hey.
All the stuff they were supposed to show. All right.
Hey, that was our discussion for last week.
You buying that hold back narrative is what you're saying?
I ain't buying shit. They ain't got nothing.
Well, you said it's gonna show at the showcase. So
I mean that hold back, I believe it when I see it. If we show up in the Summer Game Showcase, they're like, oh, world premiere from Sony.
I think the only thing they can show because of Kojima is that Death Stranding 2. I can see them showing Death Stranding 2.
Yeah, I feel like we still know all this shit was coming. That was the biggest issue for me, is like, that we already knew. Yeah, like we knew this shit was coming. So it's like, because. Okay.
Oh, I was gonna say, well, they did show 2 new IP. Like they showed that, was it the
It's not Sony IP, is it?
Yeah, the one at the beginning with the $ at the end. Fair Game with the $ at the end of it was the very first trailer they showed, like a heist game.
That's the one with the heist game.
Then they showed
3 versus 3.
The other new IP was Concord, which reminded me of like Starfield, even with the color scheme. They showed a burger instead of a sandwich. Concord, they just showed a plane zooming into the stars or whatever, going light speed or whatever. That was the other one. And then another one they showed was let's see, Fair Game, Concord. I thought they showed another one. I don't know. They showed Bungie's, which was Marathon. Thank you. So yeah. But, what was it? It was another one, but I can't remember. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Sorry. I was just going to say, shout out to Lady Foxfire. She says, I hope we see Perfect Dark. Don't count on it. But I want Gears 6.
I would like both of those, but I'm unsure if we're going to get them. Because
I have zero faith in Perfect Dark. I'm sorry.
Don't say that. Didn't they have bring in some other team to help with that? Yeah.
They working on Perfect Dark. Crystal Dynamics is working on Perfect Dark.
There you go. Crystal Dynamics.
The initiative is just kind of like managing, but Crystal Dynamics is actually working on the game. That's the partnership. So we'll see. I don't know. Who knows?
I was like, I enjoyed their work on what was the game? Oh my god, brain fart in here. Guardians of the Galaxy. And what else did Crystal Dynamics do?
They did the. Oh no, that wasn't them. I'm thinking about EOS.
Did they do Lara Croft?
They did Lara Croft. That's them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
They did the new
I'm
ones.
happy with that.
Yeah.
I don't know about Gears 6.
I have zero faith in seeing this game.
Oh yeah. Not the game itself, but just seeing it.
Yeah. Zero faith in seeing the game. My dog is here playing with his squeakers. So I'm just trying to mute myself.
Got you.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I Armored. Is that the game from the new software game called Armored Core? Is that the name of the game?
Yeah, Square Enix.
Yeah. I'm interested in that. I'm just wanting to see what they're gonna show, because the last couple of years it was like pandemic. We can only show this and this and this. So now I guess we're getting the full swing of things back. I put quotation marks on that. I want to see what the game studios are producing. Yes, Assassin's Creed Mirage. That's something that it's in the back of my mind. I hope it's more of the earlier gameplay of Assassin's Creed, and not towards the end, the newer part like Delilah enjoys. I'm just ready to see how much money I'm gonna spend this year on games or in the future, And I think the best part for me about all these showcases coming up is the excitement of gamers and what they're gonna see, and that feeling of everybody loving, a hobby that we thoroughly enjoy and love.
Yeah, I kind of put myself at the bottom just because I want to be able to still voice my opinion on it. So I do want to talk about Ubisoft Forward and what I want to see from Ubisoft. I want to see Splinter Cell. Like that's what I want to see. I've always been more of a Splinter Cell fan over Metal Gear. So that, and I want them to deviate from the Division, but I know they're not. As far as Assassin's Creed, like I said, I've already kind of mentioned I want more of the modern gameplay, but I know it's not. So I feel like, even though I'm looking forward to Ubisoft 4, that's really the only, and I hope, which I know it's not going to be there. I'm already heartbroken. I know Beyond Good and Evil is not going to be there, but I'm still hoping that I see something. I mean, I cannot believe that they announced this. It's been 6 years, I think now, Like,
Since that last trailer?
yes. So I'm like, where is Beyond Good and Evil? Like, where is it? Like, come on, where you at? You know? Stop it.
In the trash.
No.
Damn.
She said that. I didn't
even
think
know.
They done left it. They done left it.
Ain't even out, man. Don't do that to me. Oh my God, don't do that.
Just as bad as you do. I'm telling you, I fell in love with that shit when they showed it. And then it was just like,
Yeah.
I mean, I think, I want to say it was a couple months back or so that they were basically like, that they stopped looking at that game, like stopped developing for that game, which is sad because, I don't know, you almost feel like they put out those games to be like, look, we're showing black people.
Like, we can do this.
Like, yeah, and then it's like, y'all trashed it. So it's like, why do you even give me hope?
Right. And I think too, like, that, you know, outside of Ubisoft 4, because we're talking about the Summer Game Showcase as well. So, like, for Summer Game Showcase, I do think it's going to be, you know, I think we're going to see some more Sony titles. You know, it's usually very Sony heavy, that show, unless I'm just confusing that with the awards. You know, the Game Awards is typically when they show the premieres and stuff. It's, well, no, that's right. The showcase is typically very Sony heavy. So that's what I expect. I honestly that's what I expect them to, you know, they probably got maybe 3 games or something they're going to show there. And then the rest will be kind of multiplex. I'm pretty sure that, you know, for Xbox, Xbox is going to show what they have. They have enough studios, you know, enough partnerships and teams and, you know, stuff like that. I think that's, you know, to me, that would be the best play. If I was, you know, Microsoft, I would be like, I'm only going to show what we got. Like, I'm not worrying about everybody else. This is what we doing. I feel like that's what Sony should have done with their showcase. It's focused a lot. But it was very, like we mentioned before, it was very third party heavy, multi-plat heavy. But I'm excited. This is my favorite, y'all. Like, this is Christmas for me. This is my favorite time of the year. It's not Christmas itself, it's game season right here when you have all your showcases and you seeing new what's coming, and you know that hype meter goes to 1,000. Like, this is my favorite time. So I'm excited all around and I can't wait. And I'm glad it's a lot of stuff that I don't know about. I'm glad I don't know anything. I like to be surprised, and that's why I put that tweet out. Like, I want no leaks. Don't send me no DM. Don't tell me nothing. I am detached for a reason. I want to be detached. So I'm excited, just as everybody else.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's like you said, we about to open up presents next week, right?
Right.
But I will say, for me, I just want to see stuff that we're gonna be playing soon. Like,
you don't want to be waiting like 2-3 years.
Right. Yeah. Like, because one of the things, like, we were talking about Wolverine, like, I feel like Sony shows you stuff so far in the future that then the next few years you're seeing the same shit over and over because they don't already showed you so far in advance, you know? So next week is going to be bomb. Can't wait. If you are new to the show, this is the time of the show we allow y'all to ask questions. So if you have a question, make sure you type question in all caps and then your question so that we can find it easily. Believe me, we will not be looking for shit that don't say question in big bold letters. So don't do that. Next week is going to be awesome. I have some titty bitties from my side. If y'all have some that you want to share, I'll let y'all go. So for me, Ashoka will be premiering next week. End of June will be what's one with Samuel L. Secret Invasion. That'll be coming out at the end of June, but Ashoka is going to be next week. It looks totally badass. And if you did not check my Twitter, I got to see Christian Hayden, right? Hayden Christian. Hayden Christian. Hayden Christian. I know. I'm like, why is my brain farting? Yeah, Hayden Christian is who apparently lives in my old neighborhood. So I, Star Wars nerd, had to say hello. I mean, I hate doing that to celebrities just trying to have their regular ass day, but I had to.
Oh, cool shit. I
don't do that, you know, because I've seen some. Even when it's funny because even when I got off the plane, guess whose husband was like 2 people away from me, and I didn't even realize.
You know, we can't
until I got into my sister's car, huh?
Out of all the husbands out there, we can't guess that.
Out of all the husbands out there, I got to see Queen of Wakanda, Miss Angela Bassett's husband was like 2 feet away from me. Yeah. So I didn't mess with him, but he saw that I knew who he was. But I know he knows all black people know who the hell he is. But yeah, so that, and then if y'all like foodie shows, Netflix has a new barbecue series that's on right now. And Hulu has a new series called Searching for Soul Food, which is, it's the best. I mean, it's one of them docu-series, right? It's not really like a cooking show. It's more like a docu-series going back and talking about soul food, and not just our soul food, but indigenous people's soul food, Spanish soul food, you know, because soul food crosses, right? It's not just
man, you making me hungry.
Black folks.
Food, girl.
Yeah. Man, it's almost food o'clock, girl.
It's been food o'clock. But I tell y'all all the time, see how y'all start a 1 o'clock show and don't eat nothing.
She ain't like she on the show. How y'all start a 1 o'clock show? That's hilarious.
I joined and was eating, right?
Same.
Tell you what.
Same.
All right, so that's the titty bitties for me. Does anybody have any?
I have one.
Go ahead, lady.
I have one. I'm hearing whispers that the Final Fantasy 16 pre-orders are lower than they thought they would be. Mm-hmm. Actually, I read it in an article, like I was skimming through social media and I just read the article, that their pre-orders are lower than Final Fantasy 15. After
I wonder why that is when you leave off a whole ecosystem of people with disposable income and ain't got shit to do. Ain't that a quinky dink?
Yeah. That's my tidbit. That's it.
Well, you know, our actual tidbit, which is like things you suggest to people to do outside of gaming. Go see Spider-Man. Point blank, period. Go see that movie.
Is it really better than the first one?
Yes.
You know what? Because
you know what's so crazy? You know what's crazy is I didn't know how, because I absolutely love the first movie.
I love the first one.
Yeah.
Absolutely adore the first movie.
How's the soundtrack? Because I used to listen to the first soundtrack. Like
soundtrack fire.
Oof.
Look. The movie's better. It's better than the first one. I didn't know how they'll pull it off, but they did, and it's. I don't want to spoil anything, so I'm not gonna say nothing. Okay. But enjoy it. You will.
And I
can't wait to talk about it with y'all. So y'all need to hurry up.
Well, I'll see it tomorrow morning too. So if y'all have kids, make sure you take them to see The Little Mermaid. It was absolutely fantastic. I thought they did a great job. They even had the original Ariel in it, which brought a tear to my eye. The ending made me boo-hoo. Mm-hmm. Ursula was on point. I didn't know how Melissa McCarthy was going to do, but she was on point. She was Ursula. That had to be one of her favorite villains, because she did her justice. And I will say, the scene where she gets big, which
that scared the crap out of me.
Some kids were scared in the theater. Okay,
that scared me.
Some kids were scared in the theater. But they whoever they got to do the CG and all that stuff for that did phenomenal. I mean, they really poured some love into that movie, honestly. And yeah, the only thing I didn't like was Oh Boy's song. He could have left that in the draft.
Yeah, they could have left that in the draft.
What is with a lot of people apparently don't like his song. So.
Yeah, his song was bad. It was bad.
I don't know. I don't know. I'll leave it. I'm not gonna say.
Because it was funny too, because even in the Aladdin movie, you know, what's name had her own song in the live action movie, Jasmine, and her song was probably the least favorite out of all the songs that they had.
Is it because it's like a song you don't know and that's part of it, or is it?
I don't know. Maybe it could be some of it, right? Yeah. But it just didn't hit like the others, right? Mm-hmm. But all the other songs, y'all.
Man, that Kiss the Girl, that was my favorite part.
Oh my God.
Oh.
And y'all, look, stop putting Awkwafina in fucking movies. Stop putting her in movies. It was hilarious because I was sitting next to this gay guy and we adults watching the movie. And before we even started, he was like, "Don't worry, I'm ready for this movie." I said, "Don't worry, I'm ready for it too." As soon as she came on the screen, I was like, "Ugh." And then heard that I audibly said, "Ugh," loud as fuck in the movie theater. And I'm like, oh, my bad. He's like, don't worry, I'm right there with you. Okay? Take her ass out of the movie.
I wish you just drop the name, the Aquafina name. Just use her name. Like,
I wish you would at least do that part.
You already said you don't want to be associated with your urban look anymore. So why are you still going by Aquafina? And you in the movie rapping. Get out of here.
Yes.
All right, that's my rant. Anybody else got titty bitties?
Not today.
You don't have no book for people to read? Fine.
He said not today. No TV shows, no books,
No, because again, summer reading started. Again, people visit your local library. They have programs in the summer, adult and children's. And I am usually at work at 9, home by 6 or 7. Working hours I ain't supposed to be working. And my free time has mostly been between Jedi and Diablo. So I ain't read nothing. My Kindle is upset.
I'm surprised. All right, is that everybody? Everybody got titty bitties?
Oh, one more thing. Check out the Xbox Gear Shop. Some new merch is in there. So
why do you say that? I already spent too much money, and I got another trip. Y'all, we going to PAX, y'all.
You're going to PAX. Woo.
Going to PAX,
yes.
Y'all. So yeah, so I don't know. Your girl gonna be broke.
That part.
Broke. So if you want to donate to the cause.
I'm ready. I mean, that Airbnb looking kind of like,
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
That is a pretty far trip, especially the East Coast.
Right.
East to West.
Yeah. Man.
So I think it will be me and CHAREECE first time in Seattle. So this is going to be interesting.
Oh, yeah. All right. I don't see no questions. Y'all don't have no questions today?
Question, not a single question.
No, ma'am.
Wow.
And they don't got questions today.
Hey,
I got one.
Oh, good.
Heat or Nuggets?
Heat. Say it again?
Heat.
Either.
Miami Heat or Denver Nuggets?
I don't want to see the Nuggets win, but they mollywopped the Heat on their first game, so I don't know.
I'm going Heat. I'm still going Heat.
I'm going Heat.
I don't really care, but if I had to pick one.
Right. Like, I don't really care, but I'd rather have the Heat win over the Nuggets because the Nuggets beat the Lakers, so fuck them.
They did us dirty, but we're not going to talk about that.
They sure did. Swept us like some slaves. My dog just fell over, y'all.
All right, y'all.
Yeah, I don't see any questions at all today.
I guess they letting us off easy this week. It's all good.
Easy breezy then.
Hey.
We talking about the Warriors.
Right,
y'all been sitting down for at least a month. Shit.
Yeah, I guess because we already gave our predictions for the showcases. Right. I guess that's it.
All right, I will highlight Kay Asante. Thank you for the Aquafina slander. More folks need to get on that train. Gotcha. All right, well, I guess we're gonna get off. Let these ladies get some food.
The giveaway.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, almost forgot. I'm gonna make the drawing right now. Picking a winner. One remaining. Draw. Okay, and let me make sure this person is following us. And they are not.
Ooh. How you gonna enter a giveaway not follow? What?
Come on, they gotta be following now. Y'all know the rules.
The giveaway for Diablo 4, the mechanic.
We're doing it right now. We're doing the giveaway right now.
Shout out to everybody who's been watching us.
And who participated in the giveaway.
Mm-hmm. We have a couple of more in the pipeline, so just be prepared.
Yep.
I'm looking at this gameplay.
Oh my God. You guys are going to think that this is...
Who is it?
Oh my God. They're going to think that this is rigged.
You should have flipped your screen.
I mean, I can export it. Everybody can see.
Just take a screenshot. Make sure, definitely take a screenshot. Yeah. Because I don't want nobody to think,
Do a screenshot right now.
Oh my goodness.
So, drum roll. That's what I meant to tell you.
I don't have a drum roll sound clip.
I got you, girl.
And they're not going to hear your side.
They're not going to hear your drum roll, girl. Hold on. I can go like this. I got this.
All right,
Let's
you
go.
ready?
Yeah.
And the winner of our drawing is Baron.
Oh!
No way.
Who is
Blue
making
face,
sure that he follows GWG podcast on Twitter. Oh my God. And I got your date of birth and everything. I got all your information. Let me erase this shit before I put this out.
All right, let's take note. Don't worry, y'all. We're gonna have more giveaways. So don't
have more giveaways.
Don't send us the hate mail.
That every time we have a new game coming out, we're gonna try to make sure we get y'all on the
Hey, no, they say that. How about a game we like?
Yeah, right. A game we like.
A game we like, you know.
Because don't be coming at me talking about Train Rider 13 came out and why y'all not giving it away. Because I'm going to be like, nah. Okay, so I will post this, Baron, since it looks like you left already. I will post it to the GWG Twitter. You contact us. Let me know where you want this delivered. And yeah, be good to go. Yes. That's hilarious. All right.
Outros.
Do your outros. Yeah, we start at the bottom. So you first, Miss Delilah.
Yeah, sure. So you all know you can catch me on Twitter at Delilah_HD. Catch you right here on GWG. Thanks everyone for rocking with us, and we'll catch y'all on the next one. And yeah, will we be having a live stream for the showcase? For all
yes,
the Xbox showcase, right?
Yep.
Yeah, but what about the other two? Are we doing those? We haven't decided.
I don't know. We haven't decided yet.
Okay, we'll let y'all know.
Yeah. Okay.
We decide to stream those showcases, but yeah.
Xbox will show.
All right. Next up is Miss Lady Infamous.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Congratulations, Baron.
Right.
For the giveaway. We probably either gonna do Call of Duty or RimWorld tomorrow. Next week is Diablo week, so after Wednesday, for the rest of the week, we just playing Diablo. So if y'all don't like Diablo, you may not want to watch the stream. But there's gonna be some alcohol involved, and alcohol in video games, they go hand in hand sometimes. So check me out there. You can check me at my side piece on Twitter, and make sure you follow us on Instagram, on TikTok, everywhere you see us. Check out Apple. What is it? Apple Podcasts? Is that I said it right?
Yeah.
Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Yeah. And check the merch, check the Patreon, and thank you so much for just supporting us all these years. We really appreciate you.
And then I think it's Miss CHAREECE.
All right, everybody. Again, thank y'all for coming through. Again, thank the ladies for this excellent conversation. Our chat for being awesome. Yes, we're finna go get some food and where we can hop on Diablo later on tonight. Crap, I gotta get a schedule up because I still want to play Jedi. Anyway, I'll work on that later. But yes, y'all, thank y'all for coming through. Thank y'all for being awesome. Y'all have a good weekend. Be nice to people and wash your hands. People,
right? All right, and for me, y'all gotta excuse me. You see, I'm trying to multitask, but thank y'all for coming. We appreciate all y'all. Be sure to like, subscribe, share out this podcast. We probably are some of the only ladies doing a gaming podcast coming to you consistently every week with real knowledge, I want to say, not with he said, she said, or the opinion monster that tends to rear its head in these gaming streets. So be sure to share us out, right? We need more people with more eyes seeing us. And yeah, hope y'all have a blessed weekend. Tell somebody you love them, be kind, and yeah, see y'all next week. Peace.